want to be a recruiter, or maybe you're a business owner who's looking for some useful tips. Maybe you're hiring, or maybe you're looking for a job. These 15 tips that I'm about to share with you today are essential for anyone who wants to succeed in business. Any business. And welcome to Mitsuoka Company. So for those of you who don't know who we are a recruiting company based in Phoenix, Arizona. Our mission is to help companies overcome their recruitment challenges. We hire for single, multiple positions, and we can also teach your team how to recruit. So we know a thing or two about business and hiring and all that stuff. So today I wanted to talk to you about what it really takes to succeed, to excel, and to really take yourself or your business to the next level. Recruiters not only need to be self-motivated, consistent, reliable, organized, basically business-minded. But not only that, they need to have great people skills, which means they also need to be good team players. So yeah, there is a lot of wisdom and good information that you can learn from recruiters. So let's get into the 15 lessons from job recruiters that you need to learn in order to succeed. Number 1, first impressions. Recruiters really understand the importance of first impression. Not only when they hire, meaning if a candidate gives off a bad first impression, there is very little chance that they're gonna call them back and give them a second round, a second chance. But this applies to themselves. How they show up is really important. You gotta remember that recruiters are actually being interviewed themselves, because when a company hires them to work for them, in a sense, they are also being interviewed. And on top of that, they also need to build a rapport with the candidates. You ultimately want to deliver a message that states, yeah, you can trust me. Number 2, consistency. Consistency is crucial for recruiters. There needs to be a formula that is applied in order to get the best results. For instance, recruiters need to ask the same questions for every candidate and go through the same process with each candidate in order to have the best results, in order to have the best data. So if there is inconsistency, well, then you're not going to be able to get the best results. Now, consistency is also required when it comes to communication. This is very important. We all know how annoying it is when people don't follow up and say something, but they don't really mean it. Number 3, people skills. People are complicated, and it can be challenging at times to manage certain situations. When somebody has great people skills, what they ultimately showcase, what they ultimately have, is that they have an ability to understand others. They know how to connect with an individual, make them feel seen, heard, and valued. And what this does, it ultimately brings out the best in people. Here's the thing about people skills. It's a skill that can actually be developed. So if this is something that's a bit of a challenge for you, then you might need to put a little bit more attention and time into it. Think of somebody who you know who always has a positive effect on you and maybe other people, who has mastered the ability to connect. What are they doing that you aren't? What can you learn from them? Number 4, have a script. Whether you are interviewing for a job or you are being interviewed, you really want to prepare and have a script. Simply put, it's something that you have actually thought of and rehearsed. You don't just want to show up and hope for the best. Part of being professional is being prepared. You want to rehearse your answers. Think of something to say. Gather as much information as you can and as you need. Also, having a script will actually help with your nerves, and it will build your confidence. Number 5, communication skills. Being able to communicate through a variety of channels is essential for recruiters. Recruiters are expected to write effective job posts, effective social media posts, correspond with the candidates and the company owners. This simply means that knowing how to communicate effectively is key. Communication ultimately comes down to understanding who your audience is. And most importantly, think before you speak. Number 6, good listening skills. Part of being a good communicator is also knowing how to listen. The key to being a good listener is really curiosity. Curiosity? Curiosity. Curiosity. I don't know why I can't say it. Forgot how to say it. Take the time to listen and, of course, to be present. That means don't think about needing to pick up the kids from school in the next few hours, or what you're going to have for dinner, or what you ate this morning. Be present. A little tip for you. A good way to learn how to listen is to basically personalize what the other person is telling you. What would it be like if you were in the other person's shoes? And see in whatever way you can find things that you relate on and what it would be like for you to be them. Number 7, confidence. Being a recruiter means that you're interacting with a variety of people. You are expected to speak confidently with candidates, hiring managers, co-workers, and experts in many different fields. Because of this, recruiters need to have a certain amount of confidence, especially in their communication abilities. This means that recruiters need to have confidence in their own abilities, in their own decisions, in the candidates that they select. And of course, being able to back up their decision if they're being questioned. And by the way, this is also something that they look for in candidates. If a candidate is confident, of course they're going to stand out. So how does one build confidence? Well, being prepared is certainly essential. Now, listen, we all get nervous when it comes to an interview. Maybe you're just a very shy type of person. I get it. But confidence ultimately is knowing yourself and knowing your work. Number 8, reliable. Obviously, both recruiters and the candidates need to be reliable. No recruiter is going to hire a candidate that is flaky. And of course, no recruiter is going to last long in the job if they are flaky too. If they give false promises or don't follow up, you get the gist. So being reliable ultimately means diligence in your communication and follow-up, accuracy in the information that you give, and willingness to work with both parties to reach the best terms for everyone. Number 9, flexibility. Recruiters have to wear many different hats depending on who they're working with. Being adaptable is essential to thrive. This is also another skill that recruiters seek in potential candidates. Being one way and rigid can be a bit of a challenge and can make the person a little difficult to work with. We all know what it's like to work with somebody who is unwilling to try new things, or of course new ways of doing things. It simply makes the job and the tasks much more challenging. Number 10, goal-oriented. Having a goal is really important. You want to know where you're going and how you're going to get there. Recruiters actually tend to set themselves goals because ultimately they need to keep themselves motivated. Having goals also keep you focused. Hiring candidates who are goal-driven is a big plus. When you have a goal, you have purpose, vision, and drive. And if you ask anyone that you know who has succeeded in business, guess what? They will tell you that they had a goal. Number 11, professionalism. This should go without saying, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Being professional simply means caring about how you present yourself. Think of it as self-branding. If you brand yourself as being professional, then more people are gonna wanna work with you. And remember, when you're branding yourself, you're also branding your team. Number 12, continuous learning. Individuals who are constantly challenging themselves, learning and growing, they are the leaders, the high achievers. If you want to level up, that means you need to grow and expand your knowledge. Recruiters love to hire people with this kind of mindset. These are the type of candidates that don't only tend to succeed, but also tend to grow within a company. So you need to ask yourself this question: am I constantly learning, or do I choose to sit in comfort? Number 13, problem-solving skills. How quickly you solve a problem is a major factor in your success. Great recruiters really understand this skill. Recognizing a problem and actually taking initiation to resolve it is a skill that literally everyone needs, especially in business. Think of what you're really good at. Listen, if this is not your area of expertise, that's fine. But then you need to know who is good at it and make sure to delegate that task to them. Now that's smart business. Number 14, genuine personality. When someone is not genuine, it can really turn people away. Moreover, I have found that by being authentic, people see you as more human, approachable, trustworthy, which can only be a huge benefit for personal branding. And of course, career success. Of course, there are several other benefits of being authentic. When you are true to yourself, you don't only trust the judgments and decisions that you make, but others trust you as well. They'll respect you for standing by your values and beliefs. Ultimately, this will simply help you to have more people on your side. Number 15, hardest worker in the room. Listen, work smart, not hard is a great saying, but you can stretch yourself a little further in the sense of do what others aren't doing. Take that extra step to impress. Part of working smart and not hard really comes down to doing the actual work, setting yourself up for success. So take the time to learn, to think, and to do. In conclusion, I hope this video gave you some useful tips and information. It's really important to understand that everything that I have mentioned today can really help you and your business. Or if you're thinking of hiring, also very helpful. These 15 essential qualities can take an individual from being good to being great. Have a great day.